Please welcome the Executive Vice President of AMAC Action, Bob Carlstrom.
Thank you very much. It's just really a pleasure to be here and to be among my people. It's so great. So AMAC, which stands for the Association of Mature American Citizens, is really the genuine alternative to AARP. You don't need to be stuck with them because we're here. Our mission as conservatives is critical. And, you know, we have to counter the left and we have to correct what the left has done. We're founded back in late 2007 by Dan and Judy Weber and their 3 children, and they started door to door. And now we've reached 2 million members. Thank you. We are very strong advocates in Washington in terms of the conservative agenda, and we also work within the states and in the congressional districts directly with our volunteers. We really have a growing national grassroots capacity composed of our members who volunteer to participate, you know, in the priorities of the conservative movement and in furtherance of some of AMAC's initiatives. They're very, very active. We have chapters forming in all the states. We have over 300 delegates who meet with members of Congress and the Senate and now governors and that. And because all politics is local, it really begins with you. In Washington, we try to finish up on that. But the value of AMAC and what we do really begins at home. And all politics is local, and that's where members of Congress remember who we are and work with us. We advocate for Americans age 50 plus on issues that are extreme importance, such as saving Social Security without increasing taxes and even rendering greater COLA benefits to the poor. We have those proposals there, and hopefully some members of Congress will take the courage and deal with that. We support reduction in taxes, reduce the growth in government. We're very active in the health care debate. We were very involved in the repeal and replace and all the successor measures that are still ongoing. That we're there. We work in support of veterans, reducing the national debt, and really addressing immigration as it ought to be addressed as part of the conservative movement in Washington and this country. We are, as the video showed you, fully competitive with the AARP in terms of benefits. $16 a year is what our cost is. And we urge you to join with us on that. In fact, if you're 50 plus or more, you should all be members of AMAC. And if you hope to become 50, you ought to also join. So please, by all means, come and visit our booth and meet my colleagues there. And we look forward to seeing you later today. And finally, it's a pleasure that I have to introduce a great champion of the conservative cause. His name is Grover Norquist. We first met years ago at Doral before it became Trump Doral. And the Democrats in those days were holding something called the Renaissance Convention. Some of you may be aware of that. I think that's when Gephardt and others were trying to go for it. So as conservatives, we held a conference at Doral, called it the Neanderthal Conference. And there, that was a time when Madam Huffington was a conservative, no longer the case. But Grover is a national leader of the conservative movement. He's the founder of Americans for Tax Reform. He's the creator of the Tax Protection Pledge and signed by 90% of the Republicans in Congress and even by President Trump. Obama and Senator Reid actually blamed Grover and the pledge for defeating their drive for a $1.4 trillion tax hike in 2011 and 2012. Grover's the creator. Victory's sweet, isn't it? Yeah. Grover's the creator of what's called the Center-Right Coalition, which meets on Wednesday in Washington. Its attendance is up from 20 in 1993 to now over 150 weekly attendees, and I'm very, very honored to be an attendee at those sessions. But now the center-right coalition meetings are being held in 41 states and in 28 nations. So Grover Norquist, a true champion of tax reform and the conservative cause, I'm pleased to introduce him to you today.